a lot of talk. I'm not really trying to pay attention to it as much as I can, but right now we're just trying to win games and get us feeling good about our game here.
I guess there's a chance it could be the last home game here. I'm just wondering how you'd sum it up, what it's meant to you to win the Maple Leaf here.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to put into words. I'm not really necessarily trying to speculate on officially leaving either. I think I want to just battle here, and it's been fun my whole career, working my way into the NHL here and given the opportunity. I want to make the most of it and continue to put my best effort forward no matter the situation here.
What's 200 games mean to you?
200 games is pretty sweet. Not something that many guys get to do, and it's something that I'd definitely look back on in the future and hopefully appreciate that many and a few more, hopefully. But yeah, it's pretty cool and something I can definitely appreciate.
Skating with Austin and William this morning, what stands out about playing with those guys?
Two exceptional players, move the puck well, see the ice well. Just get on the puck anytime I can. They can make special plays when they have it. Try and open up space with my speed, and hopefully they can do their magic.
What was your sense of the group on Saturday? What went wrong?
I think you could call it a little bit of overthinking, a little bit of doing too much with it, trying to feel like we're forcing our game a little bit too much, and then it just comes down to compete, like one-on-one battles. That's kind of where our head's at.
Saturday, from your perspective?
Yeah, we just didn't have the energy. I thought it was decent coming out to start the game, and then obviously it kind of whatever reason got sucked out of us, and really started to chase the game, and execution was poor. So one thing kind of leading to another, and not doing a good enough job of stopping the momentum and doing what's required, shift to shift, play to play, to get us in a good spot in the hockey game, and even then we find a way to make it 3-2, and obviously we let it get away again, even though from the score standpoint we're right there. So obviously a disappointing one. I think after the game yesterday, try to take the time to push forward and know we have to obviously clearly be a whole lot better, and talk about what's necessary for us to play well and be better.
What is your sense of the group, John, coming off the game? What are you expecting tonight as a response?
Well, I think every night you expect to go out there and be at your best, or if you don't have it, there's an identity we have to play to, and I think it's the cohesion that's needed to have success, to get the results you want, to control play, all the things that you want to do that will lead to good things. So obviously we've shown it for stretches this year, and far too many times that obviously it's gotten away from us. So we got to get back to that, and obviously has to be the foundation of how we play the game.
You guys are first in face-offs in the league, but the last two categories are giveaways, 5-on-5 goals against. Where's the disconnect there?
Yeah, obviously the execution has to be better, and clearly the detail and the cohesion that I talk about, the identity that we want to play to, the predictability you give your teammates, and the consistency that's needed through that allows you to develop a game and a very game that's predictable for each other, and certainly that's difficult to play against. So especially with how well we do in areas like winning face-offs and starting possession, things like that, we can obviously we need to improve on it.
John, what do you feel like is the biggest difference between before the break you guys were building some momentum in these first 3 games after the Olympic break?
We've just let when it hasn't gone our way, or you have maybe you don't play as well, or you a couple games that you don't get the results you want. We've at times just let the momentum kind of steamroll the other way far too often, and we haven't been able to nip that in the bud as much as we like. And we've seen the stretches of hockey where we played extremely well, even when we've had to battle back in games, or games have been real tight. Maybe offense isn't coming easily, but we've just continued to stick to the way that we need to play and the type of identity that we have, the type of team that we are. Far too often we've just let it kind of slide away. So we got to work to get that back and understand the urgency here going forward, and really the rest of the way. We understand, I think, the position we're in and how we have to keep fighting.
How much do you think the deadline is kind of weighing on you guys right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, there's no secret, obviously, what it is and what that can bring, and understandably so. Because it doesn't just affect your career, but obviously your life as a whole. So I think to say it doesn't or to neglect that, I think is not true. I think everyone would feel that way. But there's a responsibility, there's a job to do, and there's a great opportunity not only play in the National Hockey League, but to play here in Toronto and put the Maple Leaf on your chest, and I think your teammates as well. Just what you go through all year, and what you try to work towards, and the bonds that you build, and the type of team that you want to be. And there's an accountability there, and a trust that you want to build and you want to rely on. So as much as the noise can be going on, I think all those things, you do the best you can to focus on what you can control, and lean on those things I just mentioned, that continue to focus on playing good hockey and doing everything that you have to do to help contribute and to play well. And as we always say, it's always about the team.
Better, but we got to make it a lot easier on ourselves here and help each other out a little bit more. But no, it's a tough loss, but we have a chance to get back at it and see what happens. But we need to start it right away. You got to play a full 60 and play that cohesive game. But it's hard. It's hard right now, but everyone's in it together.
What is making it particularly hard at the moment?
Well, I think just when you're kind of fighting it, you go down in games. Even we had the lead last game, and it's a little bit too loose coming into our zone, making it easy on their defensemen to go back for pucks. And I just think we have to play a harder game, more physical, and wear teams down for a full game, and not let them get up in the rush and create 4-on-3s, 4-on-2s. And if we do that, we're gonna have a good chance. But we have to clean up that area for sure.
There's a lot of rumors swirling about the trade deadline coming up on Friday. What would be your advice to some of the guys on how to deal with, I guess, the noise, as John Tavares just called it, of those rumors and trade deadline?
Yeah, it's hard. We have a veteran team, though. I think you show up to work every day and you put your best foot forward. I mean, we're all still here, right? And yeah, it's not up to us. It's out of our control, and everyone's in their own situation, has to deal with their own things, but you have to come on the ice and be a unit together, and yeah, so it's hard sometimes, but at the end of the day, you're in the NHL and one of the best franchises. It's a very humbling opportunity to play here, and it's a special place.
How would you sum it up? Like, it could be our last home game as Leaf here. Just what has it meant to you to wear that jersey?
Yeah, honestly, I've talked about it quite a bit. I think, obviously, I've loved it here, and I've loved my time, and that's all I really can control. I don't get in the conversations too much, so I'm a Leaf, and that's where I want to be, and we'll see where it goes. But I'm focused on getting 2 points against my former team and trying to kind of get this thing rolling in the right direction.
What did you learn about Bobby McMann over the last year?
Well, I think his speed is the first thing. His speed, his power. He's got a great shot, great guy away from the rink, a little quieter. But a good human being and takes care of his body. He's a really great pro. So he's a good player. I think he complements in the top six very well and makes it easier on his line mates and teammates.
What's your sense of Craig right now? Like, how's he handling things since the Olympic break and his message to you guys?
Yeah, I think it's the same. I think you know what I thought we had a good week of practice before coming in here, and obviously hasn't translated, but. Yeah, it's pretty much status quo.
Craig, what's your sense of the group? What's the response you expecting tonight?
It's going to be a better response for sure. We came out. Like I said, we scored the first goal, and then Ottawa had the better play for the whole period. We just couldn't catch up to them. I expect a lot better tonight from our team. Yeah, I expect a lot better tonight from our team.
How are you kind of handling it, this kind of first few games?
No, it's hard. I mean, it's difficult. I expected more coming out of the break from our group. The way we practiced and how we looked in practice during that time off, but it hasn't worked out that way. So we can't focus on that. We got to fight and claw our way out of the situation we're in.
What are you hoping to see from William and Austin playing together?
Well, they're arguably our two best players, right? Go out and control the game and do what you guys do best. We haven't scored, I think, 1 or 2 5-on-5 goals in the last 4 games, going back to the Edmonton game. So we need some offense for sure from those guys, but they have to be responsible defensively too.
How does McMann complement those two guys, do you think?
With his speed and size, getting to the net front, things like that. But getting in on the forecheck when he has to, and being physical, and again get to the net. Those guys, they're going to get their opportunities, and there's going to be pucks around the net. So that's where he can capitalize on things.
His game, McMann's game in particular, how has he grown his game since you came to Toronto, do you think?
I think taking advantage of how his speed and his shot, for sure. If I look back on his goals from last year to this year, like as the year went along last year, but this year, he can create a lot with just the speed, separation, and then he's got a good shot and he's a scorer. And I still think that there's more there to him. Understanding with his big body about being around the net more and scoring some more goals around the net, but in general, his game is growing quite a bit. He's become a pretty good power play guy for us, and he plays the second unit, but he's become a pretty good power play guy. So he's done well for himself, and I think there's more there.
You're still leading the league in face-offs, but last in some other defensive categories. Where's the disconnect there, do you think, when you start
defensively?
Yes, goals against, giveaways.
I think it's a lot of different areas for sure. We just don't protect the middle of the ice good enough a lot of times. Getting around our net, getting out competed at times. Secondary chances around our net. There's a lot of areas where we need to improve upon, and we haven't. We made adjustments and improved upon them, but it kind of still comes back to the same old thing. So, defense is a willingness. It's a willingness to block shots and to be hard around your net and protect the middle of the ice. That's what it boils down to in the end, and we haven't done a good enough job of it.
Any added stress or pressure with the trade deadline now, just days?
For sure there is, but it's not only here. There's other places too. I mean, everybody's different and their situation is different. But again, they're Leafs today, so we need them to play for us, and they're professionals, and they gotta deal with that. Nobody can deal with it for them. They gotta deal with it, and they gotta go play. They gotta do the job.
Looks like Robertson is out tonight.
Yeah, again, I got to make decisions in the lineup, and I felt Nicky's game has dropped off even before the break a little bit and through the break here, so he's going to get a reset today.
Similar for Stetcher, or?
Yep, similar for Stetcher. Good, thanks.